Western Michigan averaging 74 points a game already in the passing lane is Holyfield. On the push, here comes Thomas Walkup. Can't finish. Rebound, Avery.
Getting to the free throw line. 20 points per game in their first 4 made from the free throw line. And then that interior defense. They got some bigs that are rangy inside.
Walkup rebounded the Heyman miss.
There it is, right there. Right turnovers. These two coaches, they got no woe in them. It's just go.
Demetrius Floyd with the basketball for the Lumberjacks. SFA averaging just under 68 points a game over their first 3. Speaking of threes, Floyd lets one fly. Ty Charles runs down the rebound. Averaging just under 68 points a game over their first 3. Speaking of threes, Floyd lets one fly. Ty Charles runs down the rebound. One win for the Lumberjacks came against LSU Shreveport, a game they scored 56 points in the second half. A little scoop from Holyfield. Good-looking shot from Anthony Avery.
Boy, he releases the ball so high in his jump shot. Hard to get a hand up to it.
See if Thomas Walkup can get in the score column. Big Seth Dugan was a roadblock, so Walkup will try again. Shifted hands and went with the left from the right side. Look at his numbers last year, and they all jump off the page. In addition to being the defensive player of the year in the Southland, to me, it's shooting almost 57% from the field that I find staggering in today's game.
Yeah, and he does it from the 2-point range. He's not a guy who just settles for the 3.
9 threes in a game.
Yeah, he can really shoot it. He's got length as well. There he is.
How about that? Deflected. Ty Charles got a hand on it. Walkup on the push.
See how he stopped right there? Yeah. He didn't overplay the offense. Didn't force it. Lets the game come to him.
Just a bucket for each team. 3.5 minutes in, there's a traveling violation.
Put him on the block. He's a really good back-to-the-basket player. Really good.
Holyfield tried to hang in the air. Couldn't finish. Rebound. And Western Michigan with the basketball. But a takeaway by Thomas Walkup, a steal, and a pass ahead. And too far under was Gaffar. And the ball will stay in SFA territory.
Out of bounds play for Brad Underwood's bunch, and it's because Thomas Walkup spent so much time off the floor studying opponents. He's a guy that's going to be in early watching video, looking for tendencies. He's as much of a coach as he is a player.
Demetrius Floyd had his path cut off. Lumberjacks this year have shot below 40% from the field, so it has not been easy as far as getting open looks. There is one. It results in points from TJ Holyfield.
Difficult matchup for Steve Hawkins. There he is.
Open again.
You can't leave him. You just can't do it. He's got has been the differentiator in this early game so far.
Mark, it started in warm-ups. There was such a ruckus going on. I'm listening to teams yell and scream, and there was a drill where basically they were getting after it 20 minutes before the game on the floor.
You don't win 61 games and win an NCAA tournament game 2 seasons ago without a lot of energy from this program, and Brad Underwood expects a lot of energy.
Shot clock being counted down by the bench as Cameron lets one go. Getting a hand on it was Perry. And then Bryce.
And he has a philosophy that you want layups first, you want rhythm 3 second, and then free throws. And they do it well.
Demetrius Floyd into the game with the steal, gave it to Charles, and in the NBA that would work, but not in college. However, for Drake Lamont, started every game last year, coming off the bench this season, but it really does help out Coach Hawkins.
Now, Drake Lamont has really good hands down low.
Open look.
Talent. He just needs some experience.
Another interception by SFA. Gaffard and the end of the lay-in. And his role is increasing because of an injury to Josh Davis, who's out with a concussion.
You know what's neat about that? He's really smart. He's a shooter, and he knows his role and fills his role. That's the kind of guy you want coming in that situation.
Ty Charles lowered his shoulder, and he get whistled for the foul. And a good Thomas Wilder get involved, but you saw him double team. Wilder's going to take matters into his own hands. Can't score. Walk up there for the rebound.
solid pass.
And Ty Charles couldn't hit. We've seen some different guards involved since Pinckney picked up.
Dan to go more European style like this, just attack.
Walk up there to grab the miss. Wilder couldn't hit. Numbers are there for SFA. Back 5 on 4 leads to a wide open look from Johnson. See where this SFA defense, though, will take teams out of their comfort zone.
Especially with those rule changes, so many people are playing in that pack line defense like Virginia. They give you a totally different look where they come out aggressively. You know, I just love the fact that this team does such a good job in the classroom. They play so hard on the floor. They're gentlemen off the floor. It's really a wonderfully led program.
Gaffard gets the basket in one. Thomas Walkup will bring the ball into the offensive end. Going to get Walkup a shot. He'll create a one-handed push shot. Wouldn't drop.
I like the way the big guys run for Western Michigan. They're big, but they run well.
Wilder's missed, grabbed by Floyd. Floyd weaving his way down the floor, and Wilder blocked it from behind. McCormick, how about Walkup? He took it away, and to the other end, he will flush.
He's already on the floor, getting ready for the 7 a.m. tip local time. You got to love that kid.
Couple of point-blank misses. Holyfield with the rebound, and the Lumberjacks look to cash in. Ty Charles in SFA.
He's going to figure it out and get into his flow and make plays just like that.
You're talking about a kid last year at 16 double-digit scoring games. And that was as a freshman.
Yeah.
Holyfield from the wing. Competing for the floor rebound.
They had the paw on the ropes, too, in Chicago.
They did.
Didn't quite finish it out. Western Michigan now goes zone, and the turnover. Good job of switching defense. Steve Hawkins and kind of became the unofficial mascot of the team. Years later, the kid became a player. Steve was on the road recruiting. His mother came up to him and said, "Do you remember me from Hawaii?" And he reminded him that Steve Hawkins had given his son his watch in Hawaii, the tournament watch in Hawaii. And the son kept
version of that story, because even when he came to campus, there was some odd things going on that almost made it kismet that he was going to be a Bronco.
Yeah, they stayed in a specific room number in Hawaii. Let's say it was room 702. And when he went to Western Michigan on his official visit, guess what the room number was?
The
same
702.
room number is Hawaii. Unbelievable.
Demetrius Floyd will let fly at 3. Won't go. Gaffard there. Floyd.
Unbelievable.
Demetrius Floyd will let fly at 3. Won't go. Gaffard there. Floyd will try again, and he'll hit. 2, and the Broncos have to have him score.
Yeah, he's a guy that really has to come up big.
And a foul on Kellen McCormick. Open look. Gaffard the rebound. Gaffard, he started in the SoCon Conference. Samford.
Interesting how since Western Michigan has gone to this zone, it has slowed down the offensive flow for Stephen F. Austin.
The offense with the triple.
Once it hit his hands, nobody touched it for 10 seconds. He just knocked it down. I think this soft zone is a really good move by Western Michigan. I think it's going to give Stephen F. Austin a little bit of trouble. And it is.
Maybe a walk. Not called. Coach Hawkins wanted one. 3 tries won't go. A 4th from Floyd won't drop. Maybe a walk. Not called. Coach Hawkins wanted one. 3 tries won't go. A 4th from Floyd won't drop. Maybe a walk. Not called. Coach Hawkins wanted one. 3 tries won't go. A 4th from Floyd won't drop.
they're going to be a lot more successful in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised to see that adjustment take place here pretty quick. But I like the 2-3 zone. I think it's been effective.
Stephen F. Austin, the ball, the 7-point lead. Jared Johnson not bashful. That's from NBA Ren.
Train derails, and we go in and we get waxed by Weber State. We picked up $10,000, I think it was. It was the worst guarantee check I ever got in my life and the longest road trip of my coaching career.
You almost lost me after the derailment right there. I was concerned with the Broncos. Still the 10-point lead for SFA.
Notice how the ball has not penetrated inside against the zone, and when you're knocking down shots like that, it doesn't really...
Competing and fighting, and it won't go. The tip won't go either from Dugan. Point-blank shots for the Broncos.
Completely by surprise.
Well, Coach Hawkins knew he was in for a stiff test today, but he's seeing in the first half walk-up a rare miss on the floater. Well, Coach Hawkins knew he was in for a stiff test today, but he's seeing in the first half walk-up a rare miss on the floater. But even after the miss, the Lumberjacks keep the ball.
Yeah, stays with it, gets a tip out. Western Michigan back in man-to-man after several possessions of zone. They're settling back into their man now.
Walk up off the screen with the push, with the lean-in. No.
For Akron from 2009 to 2013. Nate Huffman from Central Michigan. Dugan's going to be one of those big guys out of the MAC. He's got a chance to be very, very good.
And they call him a junkie, and you love to hear that about a freshman. He got beat there, but Gafar couldn't score. Then he hit from Wilder.
He seems like the only guy that can get in the gap and make a play offensively.
So, Mark, you play against this team for 20 minutes. When you go to the locker room, it must feel like you played an entire game and you've only played a half with the intensity you have to play or utilize other controls here as we near the 1-minute mark in our first half. Tries to go to the rim, but he never cleanly had a handle on that basketball. Demetrius Floyd in the push. Jared Johnson's been bombing from long range, and Dugan, the tallest man, grabbed it. Bryce Moore.
Seth Dugan's having a tough time staying up with this game. Everybody's out running him.
Missed threes result in quick shots on the walk up. A 6-point first half. Kid averages 21 a game, but his presence has been felt. Ball in the hands of Clyde Gafar, but right back to walk up.
Western Michigan goes 2-3 zone. They traded defenses at the timeout. It's confused as SFA.
Gotta go. Gafar the miss, and it takes us to the half. A team would really be dangerous the way they deny and play defense.
That's why it's interesting that they still do what they do. Because with the rule changes, what a lot of people have done is they've gone to the pack line defense in order to take risk out of their defensive sets. These guys invite risk defensively. They want that high-risk, high-reward opportunity.
Seems to be in their DNA. 3-point try from Ty Charles. Won't go, but a whistle. Damon. That'll be something to watch in this game as well.
And there's the denial and the turnover right there.
Walk up with a good look. Holyfield can't finish. Rebounds his miss. Goes to the other side and denied again.
Denial and the turnover right there.
Walk up with a good look. Holyfield can't finish. Rebounds his miss. Goes to the other side and denied again.
Made one mistake on the turnover, but he didn't make another. That was excellent defense by the big guy.
Heyman didn't realize how open he was. Back come the Lumberjacks. Deflected and taken away. Anthony Avery. There's the pull-up from Wilder, but it won't fall.
Watch Holyfield run.
Demetrius Floyd the miss. Teams here in our second half. And walk up in the right place at the right time. Just grabs that steal.
Well, you just feel like the Western Michigan is in a hurry all the time. And then Stephen
played it inning is 8.
Well, you just feel like Western Michigan, they got to have a run with them if they can ever get in tune offensively with this extra pace.
Wild miss from Ty. It leads to a three from Taylor Perry.
I like that kid. He understands his role, and he's a good set shooter.
Floyd will try to answer, and will for SFA. 10 points.
Black, Demetrius Floyd, he can go get his own.
Heyman for the fourth
shot. Leads to a breakout. That's why it's a bad shot.
And a lay-in on the other end from Gafford. And it's not just speed coming from one or two players on this team.
No, they all can run. Yeah, they all can run.
Pinckney leans into a long-range shot, out competing for the rebound, but it ends up in the hands of...
Good job of Wilder getting into the paint, causing two defenders to guard him. Finds Heyman wide open. Just feel this thing tightening up a little bit.
Stephen F. Austin had a 16-point lead. That has been cut.
Not going to get it.
Wilder finds the seam. Dugan can't get the tip, and there's Walker. Always in the right place at the right time. Floyd has started to feel it. Can't get what would have been his third triple of the game. Intercepted by Pinckney.
These guys are gassed.
Not many stoppages here in the first 5 minutes or so in the second half. Nice spin, no finish from Gafford, but fouled hard. Coach Hawkins, Coach Farmer talking with his assistants there on the sideline.
I like the adjustments they talked about at halftime of bringing backside cutters whenever they get trapped and look for the high post and then dump it inside. It was really good, solid stuff.
Cameron tried to probe for an open shot. Leads to a kick out. Ty Charles up over Avery. But another rebound for SFA. 21 to shoot on the inbounds play for the Lumberjacks.
There are guys that watch things happen. There are guys that make things happen. Number 22 is a guy that makes things happen. TJ Hallfield.
With a handoff. Cameron won't hit. But another offensive rebound and a save.
There are guys that make things happen.
With a handoff. Cameron won't hit. But another offensive rebound and a save.
There are guys that make things happen, and there are guys that watch things happen.
I think I understand your point now watching this kid play. The Lumberjacks have not exactly lit it up here from the floor, though, in the second half. Looking for some open looks. Good ball movement. Jared Johnson with a miss. Holyfield got a hand on it again. But a foul. Thomas Wilder won't get the roll.
Thomas Walkup just blocked off as well as he can.
He did.
To get that defensive rebound.
Got a floor rebound on a bounce, and there's a traveling violation on this. From long range this season for the Chicago kid. We've got a 7-point game.
Well, Connor Tavy went down, and all of a sudden, Anthony Avery is a guy they're going to rely on.
Walkup passed out of the triple team. Right now, SFA trying to find somebody that can bury a shot from the perimeter. Jared Johnson says, take that, long two.
Stephen F. Austin makes a shot or makes a defensive play and forces the turnover. There's Walkup down low.
It in, they will, end-to-end. Thomas Wilder.
Wilder just going right after Trey Pinckney. He's got a size advantage and a strength advantage. He's just using it.
Walkup with the skip to Floyd. Baseline floater. Demetrius Floyd.
Love to see more of that. I love it when big guys run, catch, and finish. Drake Lamont right there with a great effort.
His father, a sportscaster, here today. He'll be calling the Clemson-South Carolina game this weekend, so dad able to see son play and score.
Yeah, Dave, one of my old partners. I've worked with him several times. His son's a nice player.
It's a long ways from Miami to Kalamazoo. Gafford can't hit. Tied long ways from Miami to Kalamazoo. Gaffard can't hit. Ty Charles gets it back.
Kalamazoo's kind of like Miami.
A little bit.
There's land.
Gaffard, this time he'll rip it.
Well, they had Drake Lamont wide open on the throw over the top. Didn't recognize it.
Gaffard tried to jump stop, and instead it's a charge.
2.
Stephen F. Austin hasn't been able to separate here in the second half. Give credit to the Broncos for competing, but the Lumberjacks still trying to kind of find their way. They've not shot the ball extremely well in the game. Just 35%. Shots like that won't fall. C.J. Williams couldn't get it to go, and there's a tie-up. The arrow goes in favor of
Stephen F. Austin.
Talk about denying and contesting. There it is. Walk up the steal. That should be a block, and they're going to call it a charge instead. I thought maybe.
From a quickness, athleticism perspective.
8-point game again. Lumberjacks with the basketball.
I just have a feeling this thing's going to come down to the wire.
Backdoor lob to nobody.
But you don't have to be Purdy to score the basketball.
Even that one, it refuses just to drop in. It's going to roll around a bit, but Klein will take it.
But it's a 6-point game. Western Michigan has just toughed it out, battled it out.
This is an SFA team that's really not used to losing, even though they're 1-2 this year, coming off just historic seasons the last couple of years. Back-to-back possessions where they've tried that lob that hasn't. 42 just over the last couple of years, and one of 9 teams to have won at least 3 regular season conference championships in succession. But all of a sudden, these Broncos
have been very effective in the second half for Western Michigan.
And it is a 2-point game. It was 11 at the break. And the Lumberjacks have just, quite frankly, not been able to get open looks. Contested shot by Gaffard. He was
that size difference that Wilder has is just, he is exposing Stephen F. Austin with his offensive skill over a much shorter defender and Trey Pinckney at 5'9".
I like that little pull-up, though. True jump shot.
Yep.
13 for Wilder. Walkup's had a hard time getting involved in the offense. That man is not but a miss from Gaffard. Pull up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the game would go faster. I'll tell you that right now.
Pinckney.
Look at all those Western Michigan jerseys. They just want to clog up the paint. Walk up off the glass. Beautiful. Goes to work. Love the angle. Everybody's diving. I just don't see a foul there. Unless somebody's throwing an elbow, which nobody did.
Maybe the basketball gods agree with you because Heyman missed the free throw.
Just me.
Ty Charles pushes the issue. And one.
On the paint. He just hasn't seen many touches lately.
Gaffard had his path cut off. Shot clock nearing 10 seconds. Floyd a hoist early in that shot clock, but boy, you talk about a guy who's always in the right place. It's Walkup. Shot clock nearing 10 seconds. Floyd a hoist early in that shot clock, but boy, you talk about a guy who's always in the right place. It's Walkup. Charles again, but the rebound caroms off to Drake Lamont.
Between Wilder and Lamont, that's their 1-2 punch coming down the stretch. Those are the two guys who can deliver a win here.
They've been responsible for so much scoring for this team that has really just 9 scholarship guys for the time being. Floyd has really been hoisting early, and his teammates have been fighting for the rebounds. Gaffard. Broncos, and you talked about their halftime adjustments outside their locker room to try and compete against a team that looked physically faster and bigger than them, and here they are still in this game.
They are right there right now. He's got to make a defensive stand right here, and almost did against Thomas Walkup as Perry is charged with.
There's an opportunity to reach double figures in the game. He'll be the third Lumberjack to do so, but it won't occur right there. But another rebound. Ty Charles.
How many times have we seen black jerseys will their way to an offensive rebound?
At least 13 offensive rebounds for the Lumberjacks.
And half of them have just been guys that just wanted the basketball.
And we've seen this guy score, and he'll do it again. Gaffard with 21 points. Tremendous effort for the senior. Remember, he's had a couple of stops in his career before he's arrived in Nacogdoches.
And Stephen F. Austin, they're going to be content to run a little shot clock here.
Oh, walk up! He had a game last year where he went 16 of 16 from the stripe against Eastern Michigan, so he makes this a 7-point contest.
A little bit of full court pressure now from Western Michigan.
Get the ball in the hands of Walker. With a 30-second shot clock, you get to the point where really you don't want to foul there when it gets to 15. If you're going to foul, you might as 22 for Thomas Wilder. And it's a two-possession game with a couple of threes.
It looks like Western Michigan is going to play out this possession. Here's where it's Thomas Wilder, Thomas walk-up time.
And a foul with 12 seconds on the shot.
Do that in golf all the time.
Wilder to the rim. Blocked. Who else? Holyfield. And you may... And if there's any turkey left, I may go back before game 3. You need sustenance, Mark.
Yes.
Remain strong.
Thanks, Mom. Really high energy. It's his life. You know, he's got a little daughter who he really focused on to be a good dad, but it's really his life of basketball.
And to have to be in a calming situation away from Jake Milton from SMU.
Yeah.
Remember that name. 19 for Heyman. You talk about a kid that has competed from the tip to the last horn.